Launch basically is where all your hard work is finally set free to an adoring public, hopefully. It feels like a release in every sense of the word.
Launch is relief. So we've been working on this since I started here in April.
It's not the end of like the process, right? This isn't the end of us working on the site. It's kind of like, it's the beginning of us running the site. Everything we've done up until now has been practice.
You know, the collective work of the last several months comes to a single day where we get to say, okay, here it is.
It's really exciting to see the site. It's scary to see the site as broken as it is.
12 days away from being, you know, finished with this thing.
It's a f***ing horrible idea, man.
It's not. It's
No.
obvious though.
I don't think so, dude. That's not good.
It's just basically, I think this takes something that is potentially so simple and elegant, and it just feels kludgy and complicated.
We're busy, like we don't, it's sort of a nice mode to be in because you don't ever have to worry about like, oh, what do I do next, or what do I do right now, or what should I be doing, because you just have, like there's always going to be something to work on.
So the stage that we're at now, it's the first stage where we can use the site. And it's basically live, it's behind a password wall. But that's it. Short of that, it's a real site.
So when you're on a feature, buttons are going to be right f***ing there.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah, it looks good.
Checked off?
Like, the site, like this shit should match up with 007 Legends. Like the padding on each side should be the same.
People use so many different devices to visit their favorite websites, and we want to make sure that their experience is a positive one, regardless of what they use.
You've seen this a million times. You've seen this.
I hate it every time I see it.
Then let's come up with something else, but not out there in the middle of the f***ing margins. That's like, there's nothing else out there. It's not even a
I mean, that's a bad experience, man.
Look, man.
Yep, so that's one. So 500 error when changing the filter from regular entries to comments. We get to a point where we're doing all this bug fixing, and when we're bug fixing, that actually breaks more stuff.
Every time something breaks in alpha, it means that it didn't break in production when we launch. So, you know, it's good to catch these things early.
I've been involved in every single launch that this company's done. And usually, like, when you're 5 days out from launch, like, things are super crazy. Thankfully, like, we're not in that position at all. That said, like, we'll be up real late tonight and tomorrow night and the next night and the next night and the next night. But that's mostly because we just want it to be as perfect as we can get it.
What else can we talk about? Let's brainstorm. Our part will be, what, 20 minutes or something?
Yeah. I'm trying to, actually, like, the site is completely f***ed up right now, and it's taking a long time to fix, and we're still not sure what the problem is, so hopefully.
Welcome to Alpha, bitches.
Well, currently down to 101 bugs remaining in the punch list.
That's our error page. Temporary. We might change the language a bit. I don't know yet.
I don't know, man. It seems like we've been going really hard, but I hate to say that the worst is still in front of us, I think. We got a lot of work to do.
As part of making Polygon, we refactored a lot of code, and we built from scratch a lot of new components that are replacing kind of older legacy components that are being used on the version SB Nation.
Another area that we are making some changes in is the commenting, and we took the opportunity with Polygon to make it a little bit better with an often requested feature of comment editing. Josh is following me around to every single thread that I'm in, trolling me for editable comments. That's exactly what's going on. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate that.
Polygon's been writing on the verge for months now, you know, and slowly growing over that time. One of the major purposes behind Polygon Alpha was to familiarize those guys and get those guys ready for having their own site.
They have a ton of content, which obviously we don't want to just, you know, it's Polygon content, so we want that to live on Polygon, so we have to migrate it, which is quite a monumental task on this whole thing as well.
The beauty of what Vox has built in terms of a platform is that any features that one site has, another one can actually take. And make no mistake, we at The Verge will steal all Polygon's best features.
Josh naturally wants a lot of the stuff that we're building into the platform. You know, these enhancements will come back to The Verge. Until then, though, there will be a window where we'll have some cool bells and whistles that The Verge won't have. Sorry, Josh. I tried.
We are at T-minus about 28 to 30 hours. There's just an incredible level of excitement as we pound through the last bugs and check off each one as we get it fixed.
So where we're at with the site right now, all the major elements have been put into place. How the site works, the navigation of the site, all the big pieces are there. The house has been built. Now it's content. We got to go in. We got to put our content in and start finding the 1,001 things that are going to stick out.
And my only reservation would be that it's very clearly taken from the same image that we're using.
Oh, right, that
32.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, without the letters, without the numbers, you wouldn't even notice it.
I could actually just
Change them or get rid of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even see that.
Fresh eyes.
Fresh.
We have to move all of the features that were written and designed for The Verge over to Polygon. There are almost 200. We still have about 100 left.
We've been building out the database for all the games that Polygon is going to write about.
If they reference a certain game, then we want the game to be present in the database so that it can be linked to.
It's just sort of a dynamic way of accessing all of this vast information about all of these games and the companies and all the connections between them.
And I try to draw from as many different places as possible just so I'm getting a well-rounded version of the game.
It was one of those things where when they first told us about it, it didn't seem such a daunting task at the beginning. And then once you sort of got into it, you're like, oh, okay, this is a lot.
What, 5 hours away? And we're redoing the nav, right, Pablo?
Yeah. All right, so Chris, what did you do?
He came to me like a few hours ago and was like, hey, I've got this new nav idea. I'm like, oh no.
The one doesn't, it's ugly for starters, and it doesn't scale. Like we can't just add more stuff. It's not very elegant.
Okay.
So the new one is just a lot more scalable. We can add more sections on the left. We can add more platforms on the right if we need to.
And this allows it to grow better. Like before, it would just be off kilter.
Making something for the better, especially when it's something so visible on the site. We want to do it. So, the team's like, yeah, we'll figure out how to do it. Let's just do it. So,
Justin was like, this is the last thing. No more changes. This is it. And he had to tell the developers who were going to build it a couple hours before launch and make it fully responsive. Also, sorry guys, but apparently it's almost already done because they're ninjas and they just banged it out.
we started the content migration, which requires at the last minute thing, because that means all the content that's on The Verge is going to get redirected back to Polygon. So as soon as this is done running, then we switch off the password protection and it's live. So.
I think it improves the site quite a bit.
Guillermo stuff, we removed Google Analytics.
Cal was watching.
Back to Verge, on Verge.
You're logged in.
Anyway.
Still on. Give me our final.
I need to make sure that the pre-roll's working. I bet it's not working now, so no, it's not. So we need to put it into a press reset group, and then I hope to God the pre-rolls work, or else these guys are gonna kill us. Hey guys. Hey, can you guys please just look at Polygon and make sure everything looks okay? We did our final last deploy.
They're going to populate that right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're about to do it.
Oh yeah, do it! Are we going to press that reset button or what?
Press the button.
Seriously though.
All right, so when you want to turn it live, you just press that button.
I'm pressing the button?
Yep, someone press the button.
Okay. Here we go.
Wow. That's it.
Push that button.
That button. No, wait!
Oh, snap. All right.
Load it up and make sure it actually works.
A lot of times a launch day might mean okay, it's this big release, we're done. And fortunately and unfortunately, we start right back up again and we never really stop.
We have been making content for 9-10 months now, but this is the first time we will have been doing that under the Polygon banner. Now there are no excuses. It's a little stressful.